Hi everyone. Today I decided to start a series of videos where I show you how to cultivate mushrooms of any kind in your own homes. In this particular series I will be performing everything in open air, just to show potentially interested future mycologists that cultivation can be done without needing to break the bank on all of the best equipment. So I'm going to be showing you how to inoculate a sterilised grain bag with spores or liquid culture in open air. So as you can see, I have a bottle of hypochlorous acid here. You can use 70% alcohol as well, or just the pads that often come with syringes and grain bags, but I highly recommend picking up some hydrochloric acid or even spending a little bit extra to get a generator. This is 350 parts per million, or 0.035%. The thing with alcohol is it's still only at best an intermediate disinfectant, and what that means is it has no sporicidal action. It cannot kill endospores, and it cannot kill fungal spores. It relies on the rapid drying of cells to kill them, whereas the primary method of action with hypochlorous acid is oxidation. And it is a very strong oxidizing agent, and that gives it a very good level of effectiveness against endospores. If you do use alcohol, remember to let it evaporate completely on everything, on surfaces and on yourself before continuing. With hypochlorous acid, you don't need to let it do that. At this concentration, about a minute is plenty. When you begin, also remember to take a shower and close your windows at least 10 minutes beforehand. So I have a pair of gloves here and a mask. The gloves are always mandatory. A mask is only really needed in open air or in front of a laminar flow hood. When you're using still air boxes, of course, a physical barrier. Or if you can hold your breath a really long time, that might work. So now we've got the gloves and mask sorted, it's time to disinfect just about everything you're going to touch. If you're using alcohol, I would suggest being very liberal with it. Hypochlorous acid is significantly better at its job, so I don't tend to be very wasteful with it, and I've had no problems yet. So let's just spray down the entire grain bag here. We just got to cover the entire surface, really. You want to get it all over. The main thing is to get the injection port. That's obviously where we're going to be injecting the needle, but really want to get everything if you want to be as clean as possible, ideally, just to increase your success rates. And now we can take our liquid culture packet here and just give that a quick spray down. Don't really need to do this, but I like to. Now we've got that done, we just need to spray down our gloves and forearms, so I'll just do this off camera here real quick. Really just as much as your body is you're willing to douse in alcohol or active chlorides. Now, here's our liquid culture syringe. You can see here it's a nice clear solution with some what appears to be healthy looking mycelium grown in suspension. With a spore syringe or liquid culture, you want to shake it up nice and good. What I like to do is smack them on the back of my fingers or the back of my hand, just sort of break up those spore clusters, or in this case the mycelium a little bit. Sometimes it forms a sort of cloud that makes it difficult to disperse, but that's normal. It can sometimes be a sign of something like bacterial contamination, but more often than not, I find if the broth is clear, then it was clean culture. That being said, you do always want to test your liquid culture on agar before sending to grain. There'll be an upcoming video about that soon. If I've already uploaded it, I'll throw it somewhere in the description. This liquid culture I happen to know is clean, so we're just going to go ahead and continue with inoculation. So now we're going to need to pull the needle out, and I like to take this from the top. The reason that I do this is just so that no contaminants can easily fall into the inside of the needle. And then once we've done that, we quickly undo the cap there and screw on the needle quick as possible. And here we go. This is now ready to inoculate some grain, and ideally we don't have any contamination inside here. So this is the easy part. Time to inoculate. All we do is take that cap off real quickly and jab the needle through the injection port like so. Then for spores, you want to inject between 2 and 3 milliliters of liquid. For liquid culture, you can do as much as you want, but I tend to go with around 3 to 5 mils for a 1 kilogram bag of grain like this. Pull the needle out and put the cap back on, being very careful not to mainline mycelium. Now we got to massage the LC into the grains to spread it around as best we can. If you're using spores, you don't want to do this. You want these spores to be able to germinate and find each other. When it comes to liquid culture, to be honest, my bags always seem to start at the bottom, but maybe this time it'll be an even spread. I also like to give it a little shake. And once you've finished that, all that's left is an optional step of covering the injection site with some micropore tape, or if you're fancy like me, a little photo patch. Alright, well that's everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be posting an update shortly with the grain and how it's coming along, how it's colonizing. And we will continue the series, we'll continue to spawn to bulk and fruit. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. If you did, subscribe, leave a comment, a like, anything helps. And visit our website, mycodex.co.uk.